Yaga. Make sure you're drinking your water. Make sure you're going on your dog walks, walking your dogs, going out, getting your coffee from your coffee shop. Like and subscribe. So I think yesterday I was talking about sometimes I think to myself, I wish I could have been in a group. I could be in a group of people going to the exercise together, and it'd just be fine. And the same goes for constantly being watched, constantly being stalked. There are some people that live close to me and it's like a shared house. It's like a car, someone's sat in the car always. And they're able to put their key in a secret place and just live their life, and they're just like a shared house, and people are coming in and going, and they're all just sharing a key in a shared place. And I just happened to see them one day because I was passing by, and I saw one of them do it. Someone with the oil, with the anointing, someone with Most High's purpose, someone that's gifted couldn't do that. They'll be watching you. They'll go and take the key, make a copy. They'll be going in and out of your house, putting microphones, cameras, stalking you. You just couldn't live a life. We just can't. The point I'm trying to make is that if you've got the oil, you can't live a normal life. You can't be trusting people. You can't be giving people the benefit of the doubt. You can't give somebody something in an envelope and get the envelope back and not check it. You have to read what you sign. You have to, okay, these things, they might sound straightforward, but at the same time, on a human level, we all sometimes think, and we can sometimes do our own projections actually, of thinking people think like us, people are honest. People do right by people. People are going to treat you fairly. But no, they're not. They're going to behave how they behave. They're going to follow you, mock you, walk in your footsteps. These soulless beings, these skinwalkers, there's nobody inside them. You activate something in them which comes alive, and that entity is what is controlling their bodies. They're going to want to provoke you. They're going to want to remove your peace. Chosen ones, sentient beings, kindred spirits, who are just normal humans, homebodies, introverted people, calm people, quiet people, minding our own business kind of people. Yet these people with high narcissistic traits, they want to impress upon us that they're superior to us. Well, if they're so superior, why must they always try to prove it to us? We're not trying to prove anything to anyone. We're just living our lives They, on the other hand, are following us, stalking us, logging into our files, breaking into the cloud, breaking into our devices, tracking us. They're paid to follow us. They pretend that they're minding their own business. When you go past them and they're in their cars, they'll be looking down on their consoles on their phone as if they're not looking at you. But you can feel the radars, the darts. There is no lying to people with the oil. That's one thing these people will never understand. Imagine looking at you to your face and lying. They always do it. And something in your body just goes. Sometimes we ignore it. Never have I ignored that feeling and I've been wrong. Never. It's always been what I thought it was. Every single intuition has been what I thought it was, and every time I ignored it, something really bad happened. Let that sink in. Right then. So these characters, they get into an enmeshment with you, usually via the warm sheets. Not always the warm sheets. Sometimes it can be a friendship. It can be a friendship. It can be a friendship, and they may do certain favors for you. They may make you feel like you can't live without them. That was in one of these group messages for these, apparently these white women in America trying to capture an NFL, NBA athlete in the Americas, black athlete. They had a group chat which got leaked. That was one of the things they were saying, to be spontaneous in the bedroom and to do this and that. A lot of narcopaths are like that. That list was something, it should be a lot of the things they should do for your husbands anyway, but narcopaths kind of do those things in a fake way, which you will call the idolization phase or the love bombing phase. Yeah, they do that sort of stuff to pretend that you found your soulmate. And they say, my person. I don't believe in all of that stuff. My person, or what do they say? There's a word that they use, twin flame. Yeah, I don't believe in any of that. All this twin flame and my person and soulmates. You can find any healed, ascended person, integrated person, and if they're mature enough, that person can be a life partner, just working together, being cooperative with one another, not competing, having a mutual respect for another. In fact, I've had this in before and I ruined it. I gave into lust. I gave into someone who had a possession. And this is the thing about chosen, that sometimes I can attract the opposite, and we're also being constantly tugged on our sleeves by these demonic entities. This lady came out of nowhere, came out of left field. This lady, started to give me compliments and started saying she liked this and that about me, blah, blah, blah. To come into the place where I was playing and sit quietly, acting so patient and endearing. She wasn't. She was a wolf in sheep's clothing. So what they do, when I was in that particular relationship or situationship, what would happen was, it didn't happen straight away, but I slowly began doing things for that person. So you're an appliance and you become someone who is a personal helpmeet. Say she worked in a bar, so she would drive to the bar, I would come with her. you would need to set up the outside, so tables and chairs needs to be carried outside. So I would carry the tables out, the chairs out, give them a wipe down. In return, they would make me a lunch, or she would get them to make me a lunch. The lunch I would get, she would tell the chef to give her one of the pieces of cheese out of my sandwich into her sandwich. Wait, let me repeat that, because who would even think this? So, for this narcopath I was dating, to give you an idea, she was very athletic build, very tall, my height. She was a mannequin model for a designer, to give you a mental imagery of the physique we're talking about in terms of the dimensions. The Coca-Cola bottle, all of you that knows what I'm talking about will understand. So externally, physically very, very attractive, also athletic build. Used to be someone who doesn't put on weight easily. Okay, that's who I was dating. She was half Polish and French, and the other half I think Brazilian, something like that. So sort of mixed, long hair, blah blah blah, Latin looking, olive skin, whatever you want to say. So she would get I would get a lunch, because she worked at a cafe, and she would ask the chef who made a sandwich, which was halloumi cheese sandwich, something like that, to remove one piece of cheese from my sandwich to put into her sandwich. Yeah. At this time, I was working as I was working in a finance division. So I was earning money, I was going to work, whatever, and helping her out with her, like, if she got a car fine, I would sometimes pay the car fine. If she had to go somewhere, I would get up and move her car so she wouldn't get a ticket. If she needed to go and pick up something, I would go with her to help carry it. In the final discard, she got someone to carry a industrial size sewing machine, and I helped him carry the industrial size sewing machine from this van into the flat, which I paid for, by the way, and I ended up having to leave the flat, and she stayed in the flat with my deposit and everything. So if she's no longer there, she will have the deposit, which was over 2,000. Anyway, and plus I was paying for paints and to fix the flat up, and for furniture and for carpet, all sorts of things I was paying for. Anyway, when you're enmeshed to these people via the trauma bond, because you're going up and down, round and round, you're constantly fighting, you're having to make the great makeup sex that they will do to you. The makeup sex would be all of those movies that you guys are watching. That's the sort of thing she would do. So she would abuse me, like say things to me like, you know, she would be more experienced. And yeah, she was more experienced, because women have more partners than men anyway on average. So if you meet a woman around your age, she's probably had more experience than you. But more than that, narcopaths, they spend their lives mastering in between the sheets so they can use it as a weapon. These women, they're somatic narcissists. They practice every single movement that you've seen in the films, in those sites that you watch or you used to watch, or you're trying to stop watching. Yeah, if what got you into those addictions, the narcopath will do it in real life, in Dolby Vision, 4K. Every single crevice, every single fantasy, every single abhorrently, anything that is wrong, everything that is ungodly. Let me tell you, the narcopath will do it, and she will relax in it while your eyes are rolling in the back of your head, your toes are crossed, everything. That's what these people do. You become actually hooked. Even if there's a problem and you have an argument the next day, you will do your best to make up, just so you can experience that feeling again. It's all fake, by the way. Nothing is real with these characters. Everything's fake. It's all an act. It's all for supply. It's all to keep you on the hamster wheel. So that's what happens. But this also happens in a family situation as well, where you have, I can make a separate video for that, where you have enmeshments, is that the way you say the word? Where the golden child sibling and the who takes over the role of the narcopath, and you have a empathic parent who relies on them, and they rely on each other for validation, and they both give each other supply and charge. But more of the empathic parent is like a life support machine, which is what you are in a relationship, by the way. You're a lifelong slave. They mentally torture you to make you not believe in yourself. They mentally torture you so that you continue to serve them. You continue to do what it is that they want. They make you believe the lie that you're worthless and no one else wants to be with you. That you're nothing special, that they've had better than you. You're inexperienced. You're the bottom. You know, they kind of slowly do these sideways digs to you, so you start believing it. You start feeling down on yourself. You start believing that you're the one that's lucky, when in fact you're the high value person. You're the person who has good education, you have a good job, you're the very loyal, very reliable one. Yet in this situation with this nobody, this insecure grown adult child, they've been, I wouldn't call them, I hear people saying they're master manipulators. It's not that they're master manipulators. It's what it is that they just get used to playing this bait and switch their whole life. They do it all the time. So they learn, you know, the little small print, the details of like when to pull back, when to give a bit of loving, love bombing, when to like be distant, when to make you beg. They learn how to do the, shout out to Coach Adams, the double monkey backflips in the bedroom. Look at that nice bird. Yeah, they learn how to do all these tricks on you. They learn the triangulation, they learn the breadcrumbing, they learn the future faking, promising you things that will never materialize. They do all this to give you that false sense of hope, that false stability, the carpet that they pull it from under your feet or you're unexpected. So it's not that they're master manipulators, they're just experiencing what they do. So that is one of the roles of these people. I can make another video on this, I can expand on this further, but let me leave it here for now. They want you to work for them, and they want you to not trust yourself in the interim. You must heal from this. You actually must go the opposite way. You have to have supreme self-validation. You have to have supreme confidence and supreme self-love. And that way you can move forward in a positive way.